Hey everybody, welcome back to Tabletop Jason. Today I'm going to take a look at an unpublished prototype of a game I made for my daughters. The name of the game is Mermaid Rescue Team. It's a fun little game for kids ages 3 and up. So we'll look at what's inside the box. I'll go over the rules real quickly, kind of talk about how I designed the game, where I got the art, and why it may remain unpublished until the end of time. Well, here it is. I'm really happy with the look of the box. I got the art off of Etsy, and I did not pay for a commercial license right now, so as a disclaimer, if I were to monetize this channel, I probably won't monetize this video unless I get the commercial license for the art. But those mermaids are super cute, aren't they? So first things, the box is way too big. If I were to try to publish this, we would get a much smaller box. I wasn't sure how to do it. I made this because I had 52 dragons and I played that with my son a lot, but my girls felt kind of left out. Well, maybe. They never said they felt left out, but I felt like they might be, so I wanted to make a game for them too. I'll show you all the pieces we've got. I did print this off at the Game Crafter. Like I said, the box is way too big, but that's okay. So let's go over the pieces. We've got tokens. So each player gets one of these little tokens. And I got stickers. So on the Game Crafter, you can also send in graphics for stickers. The game is actually 2 games in 1. The main game is using a matching mechanic. You match pieces and move a piece around the board. I'll show you that. So I use this mat. It's a flexible one. On the other side, I have got the rules. So there's 2 games. There's a rescue team based on matching and a numbers game, which is similar to war. I'll show you those just for fun. On this side, we've got a board, and then we've got for the second game. I'm really impressed with this lady's art. I got, so the mermaids I bought off Etsy, everything else I just used Pixabay and got royalty-free images for the sake of the prototype. If I were to kickstart this, I would probably use this art and then look into raising funds for custom art from the Kickstarter. But it's really hard to publish a kids game. We'll get into that in a minute too. But so the other piece I used from the Game Crafter was these wooden tiles. They're super thick, they're super hard, they're super expensive. I would not do that again. I would use soft cardboard that would probably cost about 1/3 of the price. Just for fun. All these pieces you see here, the big box at the Game Crafter is like $10. So like the total game, these guys are so expensive. I think the total Game Crafter price was about $40 for everything. So keep that in mind if you're making a tile game. Look for lower alternatives. But I'll show you the rules quick. It's Mermaid Rescue Team. It's a co-op game where your goal is to find the 3 treasures. We've got the bunny. One of my girls loves bunnies. We've got the treasure map. And finally, the unicorn. You find all 3 treasures and get to the end of the map, or get to the island, you win the game. So the way you set it up is super simple. Shuffle the deck, and that is yet another reason to not use... Wait, actually I forgot one thing. There's also bad guys. If you find all 5 bad guys, you lose. We got a lot of kids playing outside, so if you hear that... So I'm gonna tell you right away the thing, while I shuffle this and set this up, what I would change. I would have it a much smaller box. I would try to make it maybe about the size of this, maybe even smaller. I'd get a foldable mat So you can fold it up into a complex little box about the same size as the 52 Dragons Deluxe Edition. And I would use not tiles because you can't shuffle these things very well. But we'll kind of mix them up some. So, the rules. You're all on the same team. Remember, this is kids as young as 3 should be able to play this. But I wanted to show just kind of what kind of games you can make on the Game Crafter. You start, we'll play with, let's say if we have 3 players playing, you start at the little mermaid spot, and your goal, you match cards to get to the end. So I'll show you that quick. Every card has a number. So like those 2 match. So we lay out enough cards on the board like this, and then you keep the surplus right here. So you take turns, youngest player goes first. So she flips 2 cards. If you don't have a match, nothing happens. You flip them back. So remember, that's a 1, that's a 2. Okay, so now player 2's turn. Just pick any 2 tiles and flip them. Let's say these 2. Okay, so you have a bunny. That's one of your treasures. So when you find the treasure card, you keep it. There's 3 treasures, remember. And then your other tile, you move the number of spaces. So player 2, which let's just say was this one, moves 1 space along the board. So the goal is to have all 3 treasures go all the way along the board until you get to the end. When you flip the tiles, you put them back. So the game is co-op. The players win if 1 player can get there while all 3 bunnies have been found, before all 5 villains have been found. So now let's do one more hand just for fun with player 3, and let's say player 3 flips this corner, and I think this was a 1. Yeah, that's a 1. So they got a match. If they got a match, you move for each tile. So player 3 would actually move 2 spaces. And then those are discarded. And whoops, you gotta put them face down. Okay, now player 1 goes, let's say she flips, uh-oh, a villain. You still flip 2. Okay, so when you get one of the bad guys, this is the stylish Harmony. She's a mummy. You take the villain, and then you take the other card, and you discard it. Don't get to make a move, but you discard it. Then you replace the tiles. So, the mermaid team wins, again, if they can get all 3 treasure cards, and one of them can get to the end spot before all 5 monsters have been revealed, or if you get to the point where there's no more matches left. But that won't happen because you'll draw the monsters before then. So that's the first game that it comes with, the Mermaid Rescue Team. Now let's flip over to the other side, and I'll show you that. Okay, I'm just showing this because I thought it'd be fun to show how you can make multiple games come with one set. This is essentially War, and for some reason this is the one my kids enjoy playing, at least my older kids, but it's literally just like War. You know, you all flip a number, highest number gets the cards. I'll go a couple just to show you what happens if you get a treasure. Maybe 1, 1. Oh, there's a bad guy. So if you get a bad guy, everybody keeps their card and the bad guy goes to the middle. Nobody gets it. You flip again. 2. So she gets all 3 cards. You go like that. If somebody draws a treasure, there's a treasure. Let's say this one draws a treasure. The person who drew the treasure keeps it and gets all the cards, so it counts as a win. On a tie, everything's split. So it's literally War. After all the cards are done, whoever has the most cards, you add up your points, and whoever has the most cards wins. Like I said, I just kind of threw that in because I had the option to make another game, and thought, why not make this a 2-for-1? Very cool. So now you're asking, or if you're wondering why I said this game may remain unpublished forever, let me tell you why. They make it extremely difficult to self-publish a kid's game. So the game crafter itself says to the FAQ, "Can I make games for kids? Although we'd love to allow you, our valued authors, to publish games for children under the age of 12, an act of Congress prevents us from allowing it." There it is, Congress getting in the way of the little guy. The Consumer Product Safety Improvement Act requires that all products manufactured for children under the age of 12 be tested by an independent third party. This testing costs several thousands of dollars per product and is therefore not something we can realistically provide. While we think that it's important to protect children from choking hazards and toxins, this law pretty much ensures that small publishers like yourself will never be able to create products for children under 12. So it's true. The other option is to run a Kickstarter. I don't know what you would do with the Kickstarter though, because you can't self-publish the game. You can't really sell the game, so you'd almost have to do the Kickstarter just to buy the art and pitch it to companies. But when you pitch games, they don't usually want you to sell them the art anyhow. They'll use someone in-house for the art. So I think what I would do with a game like this is play test it a bunch and then maybe try to publish it the traditional route. But what I'll probably do is keep it as is, and maybe sometimes make the scaled down version, like I said, with a smaller cardboard card so it's not so expensive, smaller box, foldable mat, keep it in a little tiny box like this, and maybe make it for some friends sometime, just for fun, because I really did have fun playing it with my daughters and they thought it was a lot of fun to have a cute little mermaid game. And like I said, also, even if I could sell it on the Game Crafter, I'd have to purchase the commercial license for these beautiful mermaids, which is totally reasonable. That's how I did 52 Dragons. I just purchased the commercial license for the art. But that is it for the Mermaid Rescue Team. If this looks like something you think I should pursue a Kickstarter on, or something you think it looks like it'd be a good idea to try to take a traditional publishing route on, leave me a comment and let me know. I could use the feedback. So apart from that, it's something that will probably just remain in my closet until I figure out what to do with it. But I will be back with another video, so please click that subscribe button if you want to make sure you don't miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.